Let me go to Eoghan Corry, who joins me on the line today, and he joins me on line 2. Eoghan, good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
I'm all bothered, so I am. Not that I have a Ryanair flight booked or anything in the future, but they appear to have done a U-turn on the second bag, but then they appear to be reducing the costs of checked-in bags, Eoghan.
It sounds more complicated than it is. What's been happening with Ryanair for quite a while is that they haven't been able to get all the bags on board because so many people are bringing the large wheelie case and not paying to have it checked in. So they've been taking it at the gate. It's more often than not, they will go around and they will sort of say, oh, well, that bag has to go into the hold. And we'll do it free of charge, which is probably the big change from the old Ryanair that some people will remember. What they've done is they've officially sanctioned this. They say that you're not entitled to get a large wheelie bin into the cabin unless you've paid priority boarding, which is an extra £5.
So, and if you have, then you can bring your bag in with you.
That's basically it. I suspect,
But some people were rimming it though, Owen. I was on a Ryanair flight a couple of weeks ago, and some people were just rimming it. I mean, they were bringing backpacks, so they were, those, what do you call rucksacks? And trying to chuck them in, and they were beating down the doors then in the Ryanair plane, trying to get them closed before the air hostess would find them.
Yeah, and that's basically what, in the old days we had the beast of Girona used to go around, this large woman, and she'd seize bags, and if they didn't fit into this little case, you got charged a colossal amount. I think you got charged €50 a shot, But that has changed. They will bring it in for free. And what they've done is they've made official a policy. I suspect that what will happen if the flights isn't that crowded, most people will get their bags on board. But what they have said, and this is Ryanair getting tough, is a bit of the old Ryanair re-emerging through the cracks of the new friendly, cuddly one, is that you will be refused you'll be refused boarding unless you refuse to give up your bag. I suspect the number of instances that will happen will be very, very rare. An extra £5, if you really want your bag on board, it's probably worth paying.
Well, it's cheaper than putting it in. Listen to just this whole hurricane that's hitting Florida, and I know that some of the major operators have been taking people out of some of the islands down that side. Can you see this having a huge impact?
It's hard to tell yet. It's a little while before it hits Florida, which is where most of us go. Cruise ships have all diverted and they've parked up or they've taken to sea to avoid it. They can do that. But it's a little bit of a while before we'll see the major flight disruption that we saw in Texas last week. But it's a pretty important holiday destination. 100,000 Irish go to Florida every year, and September is one of the very big months that we go. What tends to happen when we're going down to Orlando is a lot of us land in the summer when it gets very, very crowded, very, very humid. And what has changed in 2017 is we've got an extra flight to Miami, which only started last week, and we have a daily flight to Florida between Orlando and Miami, going through the autumn, going through the winter. So what will happen is people will be watching that around Saturday, Sunday. And if this massive storm, and it does sound massive from the reports, and by the way, we've a third one forming in the Caribbean as well, called Katka, which is descending on Mexico. So quite a lot of storm activity. What tends to happen in travel is flights get cancelled and people get either refunds or they can change their schedule or their itinerary free of charge. Gets very complicated with hotels and things like that, but it certainly has it's working its way through with Texas. I'd expect something similar to happen with Florida.
All right, now Sea British Airways sent down 2 empty planes yesterday to bring people home.
That's basically everyone. I suspect we will not be sending people out over the weekend anyway, and there will be a bit of panic about getting home. But for instance, the Miami flight today is scheduled to depart as normal from Dublin at 3 o'clock.
All right. Well, Corry of Travel Extra, as usual, thank you for joining us. Does your heart good listening to him? He's a great chap. You have to follow him through. Now, the resident doctor sits opposite me today.
The Doctor's Slot with Matt O'Flaherty Chemists. Your Galway pharmacy and health partner for over 45 years. Matt O'Flaherty Chemists.